So early this year, SaaS company valuations dropped that wiped out over $1 trillion in market cap in just weeks. Companies like Salesforce, Workday, and other stock prices fall 40% over the past year, and some investors are calling this SaaS apocalypse. And there is also seen this drop in funding in non-AI companies in the last 2 years, and the valuation of traditional SaaS have come down quite a bit. Companies that used to be worth 15 or 20 times their revenue are now being valued at just 5 times, and sometimes even less. And now there's also this change in customers' and investors' expectations. Now they're expecting AI native capabilities instead of simple workflow tools in every AI apps that are coming out into the market. This is actually becoming a new standard. If the app doesn't have any AI native feature, or at least some level of AI in the product, then it looks old and rusty to investors. And they won't even care to look at it unless it's AI shiny and modern. But still, SaaS isn't going anywhere. SaaS is dead headline is quite misleading. This blew up when Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft in later 2024, predicted the agent era. So instead of you, the users clicking through different pages, dashboards, AI agents will do this for you. So we might stop interacting directly with traditional SaaS business applications. And analysts might have paraphrased this as SaaS is dead, and the internet did, it always does, exaggerate. In reality, it's actually a little nuanced, but the correct phrase would be traditional SaaS with no AI is dead. Of course, there are some obvious exceptions, but overall, SaaS is changing. Some analysis in 2025 said that over 50% of global VC funding is now all are in AI native categories. So a lot of founders building traditional SaaS are hearing the same thing from investors these days. If there is no AI in their product, then we're probably not interested, even if the product itself is solid. That's why you will see many traditional SaaS products are integrating AI in their products. Additionally, exit are even harder, meaning acquisitions and IPOs are getting harder too. Traditional SaaS used to have these predictable subscription models, high margin, which means lower compute costs, and a steady growth and revenue. But many AI companies nowadays are hitting those numbers way faster, sometimes even just 1 or 2 years. If you give an example, like we have Cursor, Lovable, 11 Labs, these companies scaled and grown incredibly fast. Even Stripe data showed that top 100 AI companies on the platform reached $5 million in annual revenue in just 24 months, compared to 37 months for traditional SaaS companies in 2018. That's nearly a full year faster. And that's 2024 data. Seeing how fast things are moving right now, it's probably even faster now. But despite all this, AI companies still have lower margin and high compute costs. They might not even be profitable. But from an investor's perspective, it's still a win because growth potential is much higher in AI than traditional SaaS. That's why AI funding is growing rapidly and traditional SaaS funding is slowing down. What is happening is the focus is shifting to the AI layer. So leaving the SaaS layer as a kind of infrastructure that works behind the AI layer. So every AI tool still needs somewhere to store data, handle billing, manage users, all the stuff that SaaS was built for. But users don't have to interact with it like we always used to do with traditional software. Instead, AI agents will do this for you. The interface part you log into and click here and there is exactly the part AI is replacing. That's why standalone interface-heavy apps might lose importance. Additionally, coding models are getting extremely good, so companies can build their own SaaS layer, or you could say a new infrastructure layer in this context. And these companies are now reducing the number of SaaS they use, specifically SaaS that are highly specialized that offers individual niche functions. The average company used 130 SaaS apps in 2022. By 2024, that dropped to 106, a consistent 2-year decline. Now, this is an old data since there isn't any latest stats available for this, but it still shows where this is heading. Also, recently a report by Retool said that 35% of their customers have already replaced at least one SaaS with custom AI build, and 78% expect to build their own custom internal tools this year. Klarna, the payment company, announced that they were phasing out Salesforce and Workday in favor of internal AI systems. So again, you still need SaaS, but it'll be hard to sell it as a standalone product without AI. I mean, still not impossible to sell. You could sell this as just one-time purchase to small companies or make the pricing much lower so that the companies don't need to spend time or money to create their own SaaS. And instead, they can buy it from you much cheaper, solid for solo devs and small teams. Now, to the point I was talking about. In 25, Bain and companies released a report where they said that the enterprise software will be organized around 3 main layers. The first layer is systems of record. This is the traditional SaaS layer like Salesforce, Workday, and SAP. This is where you store data, enforce business rules, and act as a reliable foundation. They won't disappear, but their work is kind of focused on the background. Now the second layer is agent operating system. This is where AI agents and LLMs run. This coordinates and run AI agents. You could say this as the intelligence layer. Now the last layer is outcome interface. This is the stuff that you actually see and interact with, like Slack and Team. Another thing changing is how companies charge users. IDC predict that by 28, pure seat-based pricing, pay-per-users per month model that literally built the entire SaaS industry will be largely obsolete, and 70% of software vendors will be forced to shift to usage-based model or outcome-based model, meaning you only pay for what you actually do and what's actually get done. Running an AI is expensive and it's compute, and additionally the usage of AI is wildly variable compared to traditional SaaS, which is relatively predictable. That's why usage-based model makes sense here, and it works better than those monthly or seat-based pricing. Yeah, so overall, in conclusion, we could say that SaaS has been disrupted by evolution, not decline. The value and focus is moving to the AI layer, leaving the SaaS layer as a kind of foundation that works behind the scenes, and we'll probably interact with it less and less as time goes on.